QB threw it, got tackled. But the defender grabbed him, slung him around, and then threw him on the ground. Flag. The pass he threw, they were still short. So they was like on a 40, maybe like the 41.
YMA, Young Millionaires Association. Yeah, see, that's the association.
All right, guys, welcome to the YMA Nation podcast, Sports Talk Friday.
Yay.
Sports Talk Friday, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Make sure you like, comment, and
Subscribe.
I am Joe Wallace, and this is
Rebecca Wallace.
And we have some good information. You know, I'm talking about my Miami team today.
Okay.
Are we talking about Clemson today?
Yeah, I guess so.
We're going to have a lot of good conversation
Yeah.
today, guys. Make sure down in the comment section you hashtag YMA Nation so you can go into our monthly cash drawing. Free cash.
Free cash.
Everyone likes free cash, right? So let's get started. But before we do, today's episode is brought to you by Masters Credit Consultants, the experts in credit repair, credit restoration, and credit building. You could go online and check them out at www.masterscredit.com or call in at 864-249-9466. Again, that's 864-249-9466. I need to get the big bucks for doing all this.
Yeah.
Yeah, round of applause for Joe. So we can start off. I'll start it off. I'll kick it off and talk
okay.
about Miami.
Go ahead. I don't even know why you wanted to talk about Miami in the
That's
first
my
place.
team. That's my team. But
But
you know,
look,
I got
This will be short and sweet.
I
Go
have
ahead.
to be 100 with it.
They ain't fired their coach yet?
You know what? They have not.
We're waiting.
We are. Well, I think the whole entire city of Miami is waiting to see what's going to happen.
They need to just go ahead and bite that bullet and move on.
Well, they are seeing some prospects right now on who could possibly replace Mr. Manny Diaz. So we shall see. But they just lost to UNC last week, which I predicted that, you know, right? Yeah. So they came into the game at 3-3, and so now they're 4-3.
Well, they about to lose on Saturday, so
Let's talk about the game first. Since you just want to start throwing my team under the bus, let's talk about.
Well, they're playing NC State.
Let's talk about last week first. So, and
Okay.
I want to point out some things that hopefully the coaching staff maybe like sitting back and they're like, oh, okay, YMA Nation podcast. Let me check this out. They're talking about Miami, okay, and they could get some good tips. But the quarterback, we really got to focus on his completion ratio. He threw for 44% last week. You know, so throwing for 45 passes and only completing 20, he did good on the yards. It's the thing that when he connects for like yards. So he threw like 264 yards for 20 completions. That means he's averaging almost 10 yards per pass. So he could put the ball there. The offensive line got to give him time so he could sit back. He have to know when to throw the ball, though. He can't sit back in the pocket for like 6 seconds and get surrounded and then decide to take the sack because he don't see it coming.
Right.
You can't just sit back there. So the offensive line can't hold the line or the pocket forever either. What killed them, too, he threw 3 interceptions. And that last interception, you know, that was just unforeseen. So couple of things, though. The game should have been won. So I want to stress the point that Miami should have won that game. And I'm going to tell you why. The fourth quarter, when it was around 10 minutes left in the game, and they UNC had the ball driving down the field. So they're around the 50. And it's like 3rd down and 18 or something like that. He threw the ball to.
I started off checking it every other week, just like most people do. Then it got out of control. I couldn't help myself. I started checking it day after day after day. I didn't realize that I was becoming addicted until my wife said something.
What did she say?
She said, it's just a credit score, relax.
Are you checking your credit score?
Hold on.
They was not going to go for like 4th and 3. So they gave him a first down. Then they followed right back after that. So then the feelings and the players started getting into their head. So then they had a penalty again, another penalty, move the ball down the field. And then they're like in a red zone. So now they're in the red zone. The quarterback around the 15-yard line is 3rd and 8. He scrambles, heading toward the end zone. The first down marker is around like the 3. Around the 6-yard line, he was supposed to get tackled. There was 2 Miami defenders there. He was supposed to get tackled, but they're working off their feelings. They're upset, emotional, and they just trying to hurt the quarterback like, oh, I just want to get this hit in. He spins, avoids the tackle. Avoids the hit. Get into the end zone and get bumped again because everyone just in their mind, they so frustrated that they just want to hit the QB instead of going for the tackle and stopping the QB. They gave up a touchdown, unnecessary touchdown. So Miami defensive coordinator on that first penalty, I would have got in my team's backside. Like, we is not going to throw away this game over penalties. Y'all pull y'all head out of y'all, but we're not going to throw this game away. They would have won that game. So I stressed my frustration about it. Miami did good. If you see the yards versus the other team, you want to see they had more yards, but the penalties killed them. You can't win a game with 9 penalties and you give up half of those like in the fourth quarter when it matters the most.
Undisciplined.
Yeah, undisciplined.
But you see that in a lot of teams. It's not just Miami. So the discipline part of the collegiate, high school, college, in general, the discipline.
Yeah.
It's the discipline across the board. So unfortunately for Miami, it cost them games because the penalties cost yards. It kills momentum. So that's something they're going to have to work on with their team.
I want to defend the head coach real quick, though. I think he made the right decision going for the touchdown at the end because the last game they played, they say he did not play strong enough when and I had agreed that he didn't. They were throwing for the short yards, and then the field goal guy, he came out there and missed. So how your field goal kicker can't hit a 25-yard field goal? But I think he did the right thing. So I do agree that, they're on the 15-yard line. I think they should have went for the first because it was like 3rd down and 5 instead of going like trying to go for the end zone, get the first down. You got like 45 seconds left. Spike the ball. Now, Miami versus NC State tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. They're going to lose.
They're going, yeah. So, Miami, I'm here, got my shirt on. But, yeah, that's going to be, I don't predict seeing them being able to beat a 5-1 team like that. NC State just like, they're playing hard. Their QB throwing like a 66% completion. I don't see Miami being able to stop that. Mm-hmm. Yep. And their last game, they just beat Boston College. And Boston College was undefeated. Yeah. So I don't see how Miami is going to come in and have a chance against NC State. Surprise me. Shock me. University of Miami. Let's go. Now, who we talk about? Let's move on to Clemson. We just spent a lot of time on Miami. Now let's talk about Clemson.
Clemson's going to lose this weekend, so. The end. I'm a realist. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on Clemson. They got players entering the transfer portal. They just had a running back. Dukes entered the transfer portal. Charleston, a safety, entered the transfer portal. So Clemson's losing players to the transfer portal. They're not getting any players from the transfer portal. And they're continuing to play DJ at quarterback, and we see how that's going. The offense doesn't respect him as a quarterback. We're going to see that every single game. The end. They're not going to change the quarterback. Dabo already said they're not going to change the quarterback. So we just got to deal with it and move on.
What do you
Pitt
guys
is playing really good ball.
What do you guys think? Let's see it in the comment section.
Pitt is playing really good ball too. They've only lost one game. Their quarterback is on fire. Their receivers, they come back very talented. I know it's going to be a stressful game. I'm not saying I'm not pulling for Clemson to win. I hope Clemson wins, but I'm also a realist and know that Clemson's probably going to lose if they don't make a quarterback change and do something with the offense. The receivers are not catching the ball because of who's throwing the ball. So there's that. It is what it is. The line's not blocking because of who they're blocking for. If you can't put all of it together at some point in time, and, if the backup quarterback's that bad, then there's a problem within.
He's a sophomore, right? TJ?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he got time to be developed and have a stronger year next year.
No.
She said
No.
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 She said no.
No. The Oklahoma changed their quarterback. Rattler went into the year for Oklahoma as a projected Heisman candidate, was supposed to lead Oklahoma to be a top team, and he struggled. He was struggling, and they pulled him off the field.
Right.
They pulled him off the field.
So who you going
They
to replace?
put a true freshman in at quarterback.
So you saying pull off DJ
and put
a red shirt in there?
And put the other quarterback in. I get it. They don't want to play him. He got hurt. He hurt his Achilles in the spring. I get it. But he's been cleared to play. So play him. At least try it. Try it one time and see what happens. Yeah. It's frustrating. It's frustrating to watch. It's frustrating to see the unproductiveness of the offense.
And it's costing me money when I have to replace things in our home, like the TV when she's throwing like things at the TV screen and it cracks the screen. We got to replace the TV screen. We're on our third screen just this season.
So we're gonna get through some, because I wasn't planning on spending a whole lot of time on Clemson, and that's my 2 cents. But some really good news, and we'll talk winners and losers and upcoming games. So Cincinnati keeps outscoring people, so they're looking like a true ball team.
They're going to win tomorrow versus Navy.
LSU upsets Florida. Florida teams y'all just having it bad, I think. I mean, the whole state of Florida. All of Florida. Okay. Interesting enough, though, the LSU coach is out at the end of the season. So it's going to be interesting to see who they hire.
They say, so out meaning?
He will no longer be the head coach of LSU.
I was reading somewhere where they say he should go to Miami.
We'll see. We'll see.
I don't know. We'll take anybody right now.
Number 2 loses. Iowa loses to Purdue. Down goes another one.
Yep.
And of course, Alabama's
we talked
back winning.
We talked about them though. We said,
Yeah.
I don't know, Iowa, like where they ranked at right now. That was a shocker actually. So
Right now, it's Georgia and everybody else. Georgia beat Kentucky.
we predicted that.
Yeah, we said it was going to be a close game, which Kentucky did hold it pretty close to begin with, and then Georgia took off with it.
I don't know how Alabama's going to get back in the top 4 over the next week. I would say the next week, huh? Alabama.
Alabama is number 4.
Oh, I had them at number 5.
No, Alabama's number 4.
Oh, they are number 4. Yeah,
Yeah.
my bad. Number 4.
It's Georgia, Cincinnati, Oklahoma, and Alabama. And
yeah.
Oklahoma definitely is not the number 3 team in the country. I'm going to say that. Even though they brought the freshmen in, we'll see how they continue to play. I mean, they got Kansas that's a 1-5 team, so they should beat them convincingly. Cincinnati has Navy. They'll beat Navy. Georgia's on a bye. Alabama has Tennessee. They'll blow the socks off of Tennessee.
That's what I meant to say. That I don't see it changing. The
Yeah,
rankings are gonna stay
Ohio
the same.
State has Indiana. They should take care of business. Michigan has Northwestern. That shouldn't be a hard game at all. And so, hey, I got some more news for you real quick before we wrap this up.
Real quick.
Watson may be going to the Dolphins.
I did not read that.
So they are working on a deal. And if they do not get it finished up, then they are hoping to get it across the finish line by November 2nd, which is the trade deadline for the NFL.
We would gladly take him right now because Miami just in general need help all across the board from the NFL.
They have Tua Tagovailoa, but I mean they just lost to the
Go ahead.
They just lost to Jacksonville, who had won 0 games. So
why would you even say that then?
But I mean, Tua was the number 5 overall pick in the NFL in the 2020 draft.
Well,
he came from Alabama. They were
Clemson
hoping that
player
he was
was a top pick too, and he's not performing at a high level either.
Who?
Came from Clemson. Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, but you know,
look, here comes the excuse.
No, let me tell you, Jacksonville was horrible before he even got there. Like that's how they got him, because they had the number 1 pick in the draft because they were just bad.
Right?
So they're gonna have to build out. They need time, and
That's
I
not
don't
what
think
she was
Urban
saying.
Meyer is the person to do that.
That's
but
what you
whatever.
were saying. Like on episode number 110 or something
Okay,
around there.
we're
You were
done.
like, oh yeah, like they about to
But
be.
Miami goes to the is a wild card in the playoff every year, and just
I don't know how they're going to be a wild card this year. Not the way that they're performing. Miami. But hey, I'm going to still rep my
stop
team.
partying down there.
I'm going to still rep
And
my team.
focus.
I know, right? It's hard though.
Focus,
It's
people.
hard.
Focus.
It's hard. Yeah. So, but anyway, this was kind of off balance, right? You know, we enjoyed it. Then we got angry at the team.
He's just mad. He's just mad because Miami was supposed to do more than what they're doing this year.
Come on. Hey. Hey, you know what would be amazing though? What if Miami
fired their head coach and got somebody who actually knew how to coach?
If Miami
I'll apply.
If Miami would beat a
I got
5-1 team, that would be like wow. Because decrease the mistakes. Decrease the mistakes. Decrease the mistakes, guys, and protect the quarterback. Guys, thank you so much. Protect the quarterback. Yeah.
Across the board.
Across the board.
Teams.
Thank you for joining us for Sports Talk Friday. Make sure you check out the YMA Nation mixtape down in the comment section, in the description. Yeah, let's go. We will see you on Monday.
With the bosses view, you gotta sacrifice.
Young Millionaires Association. Yeah, see, that's the association. Joe.